Greetings and salutations, viewer. It's I, Eric J. Chucci. We are here in Narshe. Does the secret... Oh, what the fuck? Monsters. Interesting. Probably put Locke in the back row since he's got that boomerang weapon. Or is he already? He might be. Yeah, Shadow's up front there a little bit. In contrast to like those town sprites that I keep complaining about, I really like the weird pink and blue wolves. Not just because they're, you know, kind of retro wavy colors, but I don't know, I think it works. It looks like a weird kind of spiritual fire. Oh, it does work. We could go in that way, but we're not gonna. Yeah, steal. A partisan. Didn't have to buy it, I guess. Live and learn. Got a level for Strago. This is the next day for me from the last episode you watched, so this place is still open. That guy's still willing to talk about espers. Was it always? So, spoiler alert, you know, there's monsters in town. Narshe is abandoned. Huh? What are you doing here? That doesn't matter, really. Nothing left anyway. There's only one Moogle still around. All the doors in the houses are locked, and only a treasure hunter can pick them. Treasure hunter? Why, we just so happen to have brought one. That is the reason I brought him here. And indeed, the reason he is in my party at all. As I said at the end of the last video, I've come a ways on Locke as a character. I still think he's not very great. Yeah, he's got issues. A lot in the same way that, like, Setzer has issues. But I'm just more upset that he doesn't ever steal anything I actually want him to steal. Now, a lot of that is fed by a mediocre speed stat. I mean, it's the best in the game, but, like, can't be that good because he never steals anything. There we go. Locke has opened the inn. I don't remember if there are monsters indoors. No. Can we sleep? So Arvis is not here, unless I'm about to blow my own mind, and he totally is. He was at Vector. Yeah, we can open this up even. And he is not here. He was at Vector when the Empire betrayed us? That sounds like I expected them to not have betrayed us. Which is never the case. I didn't think the Emperor was actually... Neither this time nor the first time I did this shit. But he was legitimately going to help us out. But, Arvis and Bannon, I assume, we can assume, perished then. Oh yeah, we already saw it. Can't blame Locke for that one. I could try. Oof. Do you have like a thing to aqua breath? Oh, don't morph. Fira. Just fucking die. I find it interesting that the doors are all locked. Yeah, there's nothing in here. Like that begs a lot of questions. Why are they locked, mostly? If all the people are gone. Although, there are people still in like the little teaching house. I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called. Did they lock them? This is also why I went and got locked as early as I did, despite that cave being pretty tough. And I say early, we had all the characters, but, well, it's up to the Seagate ones. But, I don't think there's anything in these places except the weapon shop. But I wanted to get some stuff from Narshe here. And we need Locke to do that. Oh shit. Alright. It's kicking ass over here now. I also wouldn't mind getting a couple of levels under Locke's belt. He's not like real far behind people or anything, but... What are we doing on Carbuncle? Oh, almost there. Cool. Huh. There we go. I've been waiting for you. I wanted to give you this. I ran a weapon shop for 70 years, but I've never felt a power like I feel in this stone. If I melted it and forged a sword, it'd be powerful. Well, we're gonna leave with a stone, Ragnarok. It is a neat Esper. It's a really good sword, don't get me wrong, but Terra's still learning stuff. But let's check out what Ragnarok can do. Turns enemy into an item, teaches you to spell Ultima at a 1x rate. So. I'll stay here. Narshe's my home. Cool beans. So we got that, and actually I think there's one other thing we can get. It's up here. Why you gotta wink every time, Locke? I love this stairway. I just love how it looks. It's the color of the brick. Oh, take this. Curse shield. If we could break its curse, imagine its defensive power. Alright, so... Curse shield. Bloodstained shield that inflicts various status ailments. It is weak to everything. But, here's our friend Tara. She has a ribbon on, right? Yes. So, we don't have to worry about the status ailments. Her shield. Look at it. It just fucking just stands up. But whatever. You know what? Why nerf Terra? Let's give her the ice shield. What do you get? The Aegis shield? You don't deserve that. Curse shield. There you go, Locke. You take the Aegis shield. Hell yeah. Alright, cool. I believe that's everything you can get in town. Everything else is going to be above town. Oh yeah, Locke doesn't have a ribbon on. Duh. We'll have to give him one. Now notice he doesn't lose his confusion status just because he's nice. Not just because he got hit. Regan Golden Thief Bracer. Now I guess he kinda to be useful at all, we should probably give Terra the Curse Shield. So, I was kind of muttery in my last couple of videos. I'll try to be a little louder here. My microphone was also farther away from my face. Hit points are not a bad idea. Yeah, stamina. Why don't you learn Curaga? That'll make you a little bit more useful. You have learned Warp. You're still learning Stop. Or you learn Teleport. You're still learning Warp and Stop. And that's going to give you even more MP, which you need. So let's leave that on. Here we go. Now, she does still have the countdown effect there. I'd like to act surprised about this, but why would you put the Cursed Shield on? If it does all this bad shit. Well, because like the guy said, if you could break the curse, imagine its defensive power. So we are going to try to break the curse. To do that, we have to fight a bunch of battles with it on. I want to say it's 255. Aqua Breath. Nice. I have broken the Cursed Shield in the past. I think on my first full playthrough, maybe the second. Wait. No, we do want to go the other way first. But gosh, I don't really remember. Oh, the Mag Rotors, how neat. Or like Mug Rotor, right? Take your stuff. Bolt Scroll. Hey, I can use that for Shadow. I would also like to talk a little bit about, I was doing some Googling on Final Fantasy VI before I started tonight's session. The last time I played through this game was 12 years ago. That sounds about right. I was on the Game Boy Advance. So as of now, that would have been 2008. Jeez, it might have been 2007. Kind of hard to tell. I don't have a great grasp for my time, my past. exactly what year stuff happened. I don't know. My brain just didn't work like that. But I still wasn't in a place at that time where I was into self-reflection and self-awareness and analysis and things like that. So I didn't really look into the deeper themes of a lot of the games I was playing. Do we already have a heavy lance? I want to say we do. Yeah. I just kind of, played stuff. Whatever I could play, it was all cool. Or it wasn't, and then I didn't fucking play it, Otherwise, when I played Final Fantasy VI, I was a little kid. So I really didn't have a grasp for the depth of that kind of stuff. I'm sure I understood it somewhere deep down. I'm sure it affected me, but I didn't understand why. And having watched 2 playthroughs of Final Fantasy VI, and nearing the end of a playthrough myself in the last year, that's kind of wild to think about. This is my favorite game, and I still think it is, despite the flaws that I see. As I've said in a previous video, it's my favorite game because of the story and the characters, and I wish it could be more fleshed out. I wish we would get a Final Fantasy VII remake. Fuck, I'd take a Final Fantasy IV style remake, just where we get 3D models and maybe some voice acting. Side note, I looked up Locke's voice acting in Dissidia NT, which I bought and then returned because I liked Dissidia and I liked Dissidia Duodecim, but Dissidia NT is a different game with similar mechanics. I tried to get into the mobile phone one, but I didn't really care for that either. Just gameplay-wise, I don't give a shit. But I heard there's a lot of fun interaction, a lot of the stuff that I've craved from this game that I haven't had. Oh, that weapon dispatches people. We're gonna have to take that off. I mean, it's handy, but like, nothing is more disheartening than going, aha, I killed a guy, and then he comes back. So, is there anything that ups his... Wow, that ups his speed a lot. Alright, I guess we can leave it on. Anyway. I looked up Locke's voice actor, and his voice acting, rather, his lines. I could have done that. That could have been me. Sounds a lot like me. So my Locke voice is spot on, and I didn't even know it. But I was looking at the Wikipedia, and the people Geez, this is just a rabbit trail of different shit to say. I can see why nobody watches these fucking videos. I love this game. If you had told me I was going to watch somebody play it twice and then play it myself, not to mention all the times I've started and watched some of the Beyond Chaos randomizer playthroughs in the last year, if you told me that as a kid, I would have definitely believed you. If you told me that like 6 years ago, I don't know that I would have. I would have been really stunned. I think a lot of why I'm here has to do with the fact that I have a controller for my computer that works with my computer now. And like, how you can play with the keyboard, sure, but it's not as visceral, I guess. Like, I even play shooters on my computer with a controller. And I know that's like a stupid idea because the point and click, what was it they called Overwatch? Widowmaker's point and click adventure. It makes it way easier, but it's not as fun. it feels all wild and loose. Let's mug that cloud of gas, why not? Folding back into the original point I was trying to make. I was looking at like the themes and like what this game talks about, and watching Mado, Legends of Localization, do the multi-translation build, the wonder bar of this game, and seeing the original translation and the perhaps a bit more accurate Game Boy Advance translation in some places. In some places it takes its liberties. I understood more. I don't have a security checkpoint this time, that's nice. What this game was about. And hearing Pro Jared's insights on it. He's the other playthrough I watched recently. Finished up just earlier, at the beginning of this year. We want to go here. Oh shit, we need to take him with us. Man, I'm fucking this up left, right, and center. Well, we don't need lock anymore, I guess. I don't think there's anything else that needs unlocked. So, talk to myself about stuff you don't know, or you do know because you played this game before, and you're like, man, this guy does not know how to organize his fucking thoughts. It's a thing in Let's Play. They used to talk about it a lot more, like they being the larger Let's Play community. I don't hear people talk about it much anymore, though. I think it's because there's like there's either a lot of pressure to perform, and they don't want to seem like they're making excuses, or they've just matured enough to the point that they realize nobody fucking gives a shit. That's why I don't edit me sneezing or whatever out of this show. I don't care. You don't care. Nobody actually cares. It's Dennis Nedry in Transformers. Transformers? Jurassic Park. God, no, I want Dennis Nedry in Transformers. What the fuck did that come from? But talking while playing the game, especially like trying to keep up engaging conversation, solo while playing a game, makes you suck more at either the game or the conversation, or both. Oh, is that step mine? Or what do they call it in the newer games? Traveler? Let's see if Strago learns it. It missed. I don't know if that counts. But if you ever wonder why I'm that fucking scatterbrained, that's basically why. Koopa Papa! You're alive! I thought you were all feeding the worms, Koopa. Koopa, ho ho, let's go! Say, we could use some Yeti muscle. He's a bit wild, but he'll be a big help, Koopa. He's somewhere in the mines. He'll help us if I order him to. Let's look for him, Koopa. Not now in my market, no. And there's the Malolu charm. This is the item I've been talking about. Mysterious Moogle charm that prevents all enemy encounters. Only Mog can equip it. And it does what it says in the fucking tin. It is a better version of the Warbang. Especially with trying to uncurse the shield, I don't think I'm going to use it. At least not now. And I'd like to play the game. I'd like you guys to see the game. I don't want to just avoid a bunch of attacks, you know. Doing a little bit of grinding off screen is one thing, but unless it gets to a point where all of our characters are kind of getting too strong, like if we start getting past level 40 toward level 50, which this game goes up to level 99. You know, those of you out here who are more of our Dungeons and Dragons crowd, you know, go up to level 20, or level 30 if you played 4th edition, but, yeah, Final Fantasy VI goes up to level 99. I want to say Final Fantasy 1 went up to level, like, 60 or something. but I believe the rest of them go up today. So we are going to hightail it back out of here. Aqua Breath. And Blizzard. Themes. What this game is about, what this game means, the story it's trying to tell underneath the story. I think there's a reason Final Fantasy VI endures in a way that the other games don't. A lot of it's nostalgia. I see a lot more proponents for Final Fantasies 8 and 10 now, that their young fan base is on social media, I think is the best way to put it. I was about to say old, but that's not really the case at all. Old enough to be in the conversation and know how to converse. Final Fantasies 8 and 10 were really formative for a lot of people. 9 gets skipped a lot. I'd say 9 is probably the most underappreciated Final Fantasy. Those who have played it tend to really appreciate it, but the main character had a monkey tail, and the graphics were sort of super deformed, and a lot of the people were funny animal people, and everything kind of had a pastel palette, so a lot of people passed it up. I'll echo Pro Jared's sentiments in saying that Final Fantasy VI might be my favorite Final Fantasy, but 9 is probably the best. It, as I've said before, just does everything this game did better. From the way you learn your technique. Oh, yeah! From the way you learn new techniques, it's like Espers, except it's all of your equipment. And you only ever learn stuff that's... Yes, that's awesome. That is useful to your character. Like, if you're playing a ninja, you only ever learn ninja skills. As a for example. Still working on that Kiraga, that's fine. We'll get some of that. Well, about to switch you out anyway. Who gives a shit? There's a lot more character moments. It's far enough along in the development of video games as a platform for storytelling, and a lot, enough money could get behind it that they have the time and disk space and staffing to tell the story better, with better words, and translate things better, etc., etc., etc. But Final Fantasy VI is still my favorite. And the reason it has staying power is partially because it was the first Final Fantasy that wasn't... just sort of based on real simple mythology, I think. You had, like, robots and technology and shit like that in all of the games. Pretty much. A lot of them, enough of them anyway. But Final Fantasy VI brought it to the forefront as less of a... Huh, oh, neat, this thing is kind of here. I can make a D&D comparison. Those of you who have played D&D, especially those of you who have run a D&D game, it's the difference between showing your player something that is not normal to the world. Like, say they pick up a sword, like the ultimate weapon. You say they find it in a treasure chest, and it appears to be just a hilt of a blade at first. You pick it up and put it in your hand, will your energy into it, spend time to attune yourself to the weapon, and a blade flickers out of the hilt made of pure light, and it glows blue, and you seem to feel it connected intrinsically to your own life force. If you've got a good player who's really invested, they'll go, wow, what a cool weapon. What an interesting idea. If you got a player who's feeling a little bit more casual, or if you've got a game that's that way, they're more likely to go something like, lol, I get a lightsaber? Awesome. Not that there's anything wrong with either response, unless the player is actively, like, shitting on your game and things. you know, maybe take them aside and give them a good adult shock. You know, don't actually hit your players. Don't listen to anything I say. Hit the like button and subscribe and turn mute the video. Go do your dishes. Do some laundry. Ignore. It feels like that's the difference between the technology in, say, Final Fantasy V. I think Final Fantasy V is the first place we get really close. But, like, Final Fantasy IV, spoilers, I might eventually do a playthrough of that, but it is like a fucking 20-year-old game. Final Fantasy IV, there's a moment where you get a really high-tech airship. We'll try to keep the spoilers light. And it's like, it's a level of technology you've never seen before. And there's not much of a reaction from the character. There's no, like, nobody really talks about the implications. It's not a thing. And Final Fantasy VI isn't perfect at that, but it does a much better job. Final Fantasy V has a bit of it because, especially with the Fire Crystal, they talk about how it's, you know, they're overclocking it, and it's causing problems. And there's some technology there, but it's just sort of taken as a matter of course, you know, whatever. Change party members. Yes, we want Shadow. We want Terra. We want Regan. And we want Mog. Hell. I need to go and equip Locke because he's a doucher, and I don't think I need him again. We need to equip Mog. Let's do the Dragoon thing with him. Dragon Horn. And a good boots. Bookend those. Keep the ship floating. Give the guy an Esper. I mean, come on. Lakshmi, you think? Hell yeah, Lakshmi. He's gonna need that shit. So, like, I feel like Final Fantasy VI it's that step up, you know, and especially for those of us in America, because if you lived in America and you weren't, like, super fucking savvy, it was, it went Final Fantasy I, Final Fantasy II, which is Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy III, which is this game here, and then Final Fantasy VII. And they were really far apart, and like, it went NES, 2 games on the SNES, and then PlayStation. Like, there was so much baffling stuff going on. You know. And I've talked about it before, so I'm not going to get real deep into it, but 6 was such a jump up from 4. 5 is an obvious step between the two. And I really like 5 for its job system. Job system is my favorite Final Fantasy battle system style. It is and it isn't. I like that the characters in Final Fantasy VI have abilities, you know, that are tied to who they are as people. For the most part, only Shadow can throw, only Locke can steal, etc., etc. But I really like customization, so the job system, it really sings to me. For those of you who haven't played a Final Fantasy with a job system, basically you have X number of characters, and each character can learn different jobs, which are kind of like classes in D&D, or, you know, the equivalent of, you can be a Shadow for a little while, and then you can turn into a Strago, except you're still Jeff or whoever. I like the freedom of being able to choose. And that's why I like in Final Fantasy VI that you've got a larger roster, because it, you know, I can still make choices like that without detaching my characters as characters to their jobs. That's maybe just me, I don't know. But Final Fantasy V was definitely the step between 4 and 6. in design. I mean, like, you can see it, is what I'm saying. But it's still a big jump, you know? We were still working with smaller overworld sprites, like we'd been doing since the first game on the NES. The storyline was still sort of somehow basic and convoluted at the same time. The stakes never really felt that big, even though you were pretty much always losing. And I think 6 does a better job of gracefully handling your defeats. I think handling defeat, God, am I making a good segue, is an important core idea to the game. Now, I didn't really think about it until earlier tonight, but I was probably taught lessons from this game that helped me get through, like, depression and stuff before I knew that's what they were. You know, they sort of laid the groundwork for me being able to get over my shit, or at least hang on during my shit, because the world literally ends. You wake up on an island with this guy who took care of you, who also worked for the same evil organization, and that's it. There's nothing as far as the eye can see. And, you know, depending on how you play, then he dies, and you've got literally nothing. It's not a fun situation, that moment. I mean, gameplay-wise, it's interesting. You kind of have to sit and wonder, okay, well, where do we go from here? But Terra's low on hit points. Giving okay on magic though, so let's. Oh, I really should have hit the Healy place. Oh well. It's too busy talking to you guys. So one of the overarching themes in this game is loss, and coping with that loss. And this game shows a lot of healthy ways to cope with loss, and it shows a lot of unhealthy ways to cope with loss. For example, Locke is someone who's really bad at coping with loss. Possibly the worst? Maybe Kefka, I guess, but his loss isn't so much like, he's too far gone to give a shit, you know? His loss is created his present state, and because of his present state, there's no longing for the old him. It's like that Taylor Swift song, I guess. The old Kefka's dead. We never meet the old Kefka, and as we experienced, you can easily miss the part where they tell you about the old Kefka. But there was one thing that Pro Jared talked about during his stream, and if you like this game and want to see somebody else play it, I highly recommend you head over to his Pro Jared Plays YouTube channel and check it out. He's got everything archived there in one nice little playlist. He's much more popular than I am, so I'm sure everything is more well organized. You can see me spouting some factual inaccuracies in the chat that I refused to fact check before I did so. That's immortalized forever. Thank you, Internet. It's fine. He mentions that Edgar is a character who doesn't really go through any growth. And he's not wrong. Edgar is the same person at the beginning of the story that he is at the end of the story. But I think that's because Edgar's already grown. So, let me check another drink here. Oh, we're going to learn another dance for Monk. So we talked about before, when we saw in that cutscene, there was a flashback to when Edgar and Sabin were kids, and their dad died. And Sabin was freaking out. He's like, Dad is dead. How can people be talking about who's the next kid? Why is that the first thing on their minds? You know, he's flipping his shit and he can't handle it. Rightfully so. We got new dance. Nice. I think that's all of them. Let's double check before I go deeper into this explanation. Dance. No, we're still missing one. What one are we missing? Wind Rhapsody, Forest Nocturne, Love Serenade, that's Towns, Desert Lullaby, Water Harmony, Snowman Rondo, Dusk Requiem. So Desert, Grass, Woods, Towns, Water, Snow, Caves. Mountain, maybe? I don't think so, though. I'll have to look it up. Unlike the water thing, it's not something lost to the world of balance, or whatever. Anyway, as I was saying, Edgar, in that moment, you know, in his teens, uses a two-sided coin and gives his brother his freedom. There's some very important text there. It was present in the original translation. I don't remember if it was... Excuse me. It was present in the original English translation. I don't know if it was in the original Japanese. Where Edgar says, you know what? Heads, we both decide what's best for us. Tails, we both stick around, no matter what, right? Not heads, we both fuck off. Tails, we both stick around. Oh, we've got to rise. Oh, that's so refreshing. Right in that moment, Edgar cheats. I don't remember if we saw Mog's tent, so I'm going to switch to him real quick, just so we can make sure we see it. But I love these cute little touches like that. Have you guys been watching people under the screen? Yeah, a little white tent with a pink star. I like it a lot. What do we learn? Seraph, are you good on that? You are good on that, so... No, not need that. Need that protect. Handy spell to have. Fuck it, fuck it, why not? We're gonna go fight the blue dragon. I'm sure I'm gonna freak out and stop in the middle of the story, so whatever. We're at a part where there's not a lot of plot anymore, so I just kind of get to talk. Ice dragon, excuse me. Okay, we're gonna jump. And fire, is he weak to fire? I don't remember. Yes, okay. Got scrolls there. Absolute zero. Cool spell. I don't want you to use it on me. Fuck. He knows raise now, doesn't he? Yes, he does. So, raise. You know Kira? Yes, you do. Good. We're gonna have to keep Strago on White Wind duty, not Avalanche. Oh, she's just gonna go down again. Fuck, so Shadow. Okay. We might go down on this one. I probably should have taken the Cursed Shield off of her. That's on me. We don't have Raise, so let's use a Phoenix down to get her back up. And then we're just gonna White Wind. I wait because fuck you. I seem to remember there was a thing in the Super Nintendo version, like the original version, where if you targeted the dead person with your spells, it wouldn't actually hit them. It would just like decide they weren't. It would assume they were still dead in the targeting. Okay, let's get White Wind off, please. Thank you. Now Mog can get the fuck back out of here. And Terra can cast. Oh, she's no longer affected by the countdown. That's nice. These Getting his full hit points back, so that's not an issue. Multiple jumps. Good boy. Oh, wake up his mom. Now throw shuriken. There we go. Need to go pick up some of those really good shuriken from Shell. Woof. From Thamaza, I believe, is really, really good shuriken. Or Buma shuriken, I want to say. So anyway, Edgar makes a conscious choice. He knows what he's doing. He tricks... God damn it. He tricks Sabin. And, not in like a mean way, but just like in a... I see what you want to do, and I'm going to remove your guilt. You don't need to feel bad about making a good decision for yourself, making the decision you need to make in this scenario that's best for you. I can handle this. I have the kingdom. And from there, no, his character doesn't ever change. He's got his facade, or what I believe to be a facade, of... No. I don't want to be frozen. Okay, out of anybody being frozen, it's probably best it's those two. Shell on yourself, girl. Jesus. He's got what I believe is his facade of his flirty nature, you know. Oh, Jesus, he's already dead. Bless you, Mog, and the shurikens. Usually that fight's a little bit harder. I think the multiple jumps really helped us out. We got a force shield. Holy cats. Well, let's look at it here first. Yeah, let's just look at it here, actually. A shield that defends only against magic. Okay. So we take half damage from basically all the elements. Compared to the cursed shield, it doesn't even touch our defense. But that magic defense in the M block, oh my god. Okay, we're just gonna disenchant this cursed shield. He's a fucking 10 too. Edgar is a constant. Edgar deals with loss the best. Yes, his dad dies, and then his brother runs away from home, and he is left with a kingdom that has strong ties to an empire that probably killed his father. And he fucking handles it. The world ends, all his friends are gone, his brother, as far as he knows, is dead. His castle is stuck underground, its people are suffocating, so Edgar joins up with the thieves and just matter-of-factly gets his shit done. I really like Edgar for that reason. I like that he has a handle on everything that's going on, and that he's not so burdened by it that he can't crack jokes and have fun, because it's like wrestling logic, right? Your best gimmick is one that's you to the nth degree. So Edgar probably is at least a little bit naturally a flirt. He's certainly charming. He definitely has skill with it, because when he's actually called upon to flirt with people, he does a good job. He manages to convince that lady who was bringing them tea when they were in Vector to spill the beans on the Empire's entire plot, which is a really big, important plot. Perhaps not Kefka, but Edgar had the rest of the Empire snowed into believing he was an ally. And even really Kefka, I don't think, thought he was with the Returners. I believe he just thought he was, hiding Terra. He had good intel and refused to accept it. Refused to believe Edgar's lies, basically. The creature up there, the Psychos, looks kind of like cheesy cauliflower. It's dead now. So you know how we like Espers. We're gonna get another Esper. Maybe fight some more cheesy cauliflower first. Yep. Um, so yeah, everyone in this game does something to deal with loss. It's kind of why I'm a little sad that they cut Strago's wife out of the situation, because they seem like they're really death positive. You know? They like to make jokes about it. They make jokes about who's going to die first. Like, that's okay, you know? Death can be scary, and if I died tomorrow, I'd probably be pretty upset. First of all, because I'm probably not finishing the game tonight, and how nice would it be for me to at least finish Final Fantasy VI before I kick the bucket one more time. Man, you know, I've got a lot of stuff I'm doing, you know? And Marvel's got a whole new wave of movies coming out, you know? I haven't finished the last season of BoJack yet. Just a lot of stuff I'd like to do. I enjoy life. I enjoy living. And it would be a big bummer. But it's not scary. I made peace with death at a young age. Not for really any reason other than brute force, and I thought it was a good idea. Here we are with Valigarmanda. You remember the Esper that made Terra go all nutso-butso. I don't think he's very tough, if I recall correctly, or she. I honestly don't know. But here we go. Certainly not compared to the dragon, anyway. Oh, okay, that did a whole lot of fucking nothing. Oh, Blizzaga. Wow, that did a whole lot of fucking nothing, too. Fair enough. Should I use? We know Firaga. Let's see an Aga. Let's see another Aga spell. Holy shit! That was our first 9,999 damage, kids. We're in the fucking endgame now. Anyway, no matter how you slice it, death is loss. Mohawk deals with loss pretty well too here, although the Moogles are gone. But perhaps because he is a simple creature, he gets it. He gets why he has to just kind of carry on. You know, help you guys defeat Kefka. Please don't die and deny yourself experience. Thank you. You humans freed me from that prison of ice. You possess magicite. Who are you? I sense war and destruction. Could that stupid war possibly have lasted 1,000 years? I can tell that you want to put a stop to the madness, and I shall put my trust in you. You got Valigarmanda. What the fuck? How close are we on Phoenix? 73%. Oh, we need that spell. So, Valigarmanda gives us +2 magic. That's nice. And also at a 1x rate teaches us Firaga, Blizzaga, and Thundaga. You have Ragnarok, which we're doing well there. And you don't really need these spells because we're going to get you better shit. But the +2 magic is nice, and you're not getting that from Ragnarok. So, I'm new there. Locke obviously loses Rachel, copes with it terribly, clings to everything. Rachel's entire parting message to him is, stop it. Get help. Get over it. There's things to live for. You don't need to be... Okay. So there are holes here. Pitfalls. That's a cool looking beastie. No, let's not keep showing stuff. How are we doing on MP? Not bad. Good doggo. Very good doggo. Celeste, everybody, every character in the game with the exception of the secret characters. And even then, you could like try to make an argument. Loses something and deals with it in their own way. You know, it's just one of the central themes. It reminds me. Oh, thank you, a green cherry, for turning me into an imp, you dick. A couple of those aren't complete, and we will talk about them when it gets to the point where I have something to talk about. Alright, oops, my finger's slipping. I don't know why. I don't know whose story could possibly be incomplete, anyway. But... fuck. Like, the general gist ends up being, I'll use a quote from another game that I played last year, finally, and I thought was really incredibly well made, which was Night in the Woods. That is, at the end of everything, hold on to anything. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. It's as clear and present. There's something there for all of the characters with that sentiment, but Celeste is the most obvious choice. She literally throws her life away after the end of the world, and her grandfather, her adopted grandfather, Sid, dies. But then she washes up on the beach, for whatever reason she hasn't died, and there's a pigeon with a bandana, and that doesn't seem to... Ooh, tonberries. These are a big enemy in Final Fantasy. Oh, and Traveler, nice. If it doesn't fucking kill me. Okay, I didn't. Let's, Cleaver, they call it. Jesus Christ, you need to calm down. You need to... arise. Jump. Fucking stop it. Don't, you bitch. Oh, she's alive. Good. Strago's the one I want to really be alive for this, because that's a lore he's trying to. I was just talking. Okay. Do it again. Not quite enough. Block that. Hit Bog. Thank you. Let's get Shadow back up. Stop! He's like a little fucking boss. Revenge. Didn't do anything. Okay, cool. Oh, she's dead. Fuck. Okay, well, I wanted Drago to win that, and he did. I'm Traveler. Oh, oof, okay, what a fight. Hey, where the fuck was I? Yeah, Celeste does all that, and there's a little pigeon with a bandana, and because of that pigeon, because of that bandana, she's able to believe that Locke is still out there. And it's stupid. It's ridiculous. But it gives her the strength she needs to keep going, to keep fighting, to search for her friends, to try and save the world. It's her source of hope. at the end of everything. Hold on to it. And we'll see more of that. It won't come for a little while, but we'll see more of it. We have lots more character development and good shit to go through as well. That's where I thought I was. Means we missed some treasure. Let me see what treasure. And I think it's important treasure. Yeah, I just feel like Final Fantasy VI at the end of the day is a really positive game. And it helped me develop a good attitude about life, death, and perseverance. White cape, yeah, that's what we fucking need. Sit here for just a second. Okay, dances. We have Earth Blues. We have that one. Do we? Earth Blues. I think that might be the one we're missing. Yeah, mountains, okay. I was right about that. And now let's look up this cave to see what treasure I'm missing before we proceed, because this is the end of the cave. Got a Minerva bustier. That's not bad. I can probably live without that. Okay. What are we all doing here? And Terra can maybe use some. Here we go. Everybody else is okay though. What's with this carving? Looks like bone. Something in that eye. Magicite? Yes. See their imaginary sight? Midgerstormer. Oh fuck, it's a Yeti. Remember the Yeti? Peeking at the hole in Narshe? Now we're fighting him. I don't recall him being that strong. I wish I had Gold on somebody that strong. Let's do a protect. Terra needs it the most. Let's do some white winds. You dance. Or jump. Don't dance. Oh yeah, we're doing fine. This is not. I don't know how he feels about Firaga. It might heal him, but we'll find out. Oh, that's it. 10 gold. Great. So, if you come here without Mog, this is what you've got. I don't know what he says here. Probably just like, Unga! Or something, but if you come here with Mog. I'm your boss, Kupo. You're gonna join us, Kupo. Admirer of bone carvings, as strong as a gigas, a yeti pal with muscle. Umaro. Look at his face.
Me, Umaro. Yes, boss. Me join you.
Umaro! No slouching now, Kupo. I don't remember what I named this guy, but Yeti, usually.
Oh, me wait for you in big airship.
Chewbacca, maybe. I don't know. Alright, now where could Umaro be popping out? Oh, fuck! Alright then. So. I think this is the other way. Now I don't remember. I think it's the other way. Ooh, we should take an opportunity to see how good Traveler is for Strago. Traveler. Well, they're probably all dead. Next time. So the secret characters in Final Fantasy VI, which... Secret characters are a thing I wish were more common in these kind of games. I really liked it, you know... I mean, obviously in this game. And then Final Fantasy VII, they did a really cool job with it because the secret characters are, like, actually very important. They have their own big plots and big side quests, but they're entirely optional. One of them is actually a real pain in the ass to get. I think 8 started them not having secret characters anymore. So that's kind of a shame. I thought it was cool. But then you've got games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age, where you can definitely miss characters, but I think that's more like you have an option to bring these people with you than it is like, oh, a secret character. A lot of DLC characters feel like secret characters. Just because of the amount of interaction you have with them. Not bad. Good spell. Better than 1,000 Needles, by virtue of it doing more than 1,000 damage. But that's based on the steps we've taken. The damage of that spell is. And I think the MP cost is based on the time. What? Traveler 57. Oh no, that says 57. Well, whatever. For all I know, the patch changed the algorithm. Okay. Another fight. Much as I really do like having Shadow in the group, I might have to switch him out just because they're leveling him up so hard. Yeah, 36. Which, I mean, this is going to happen. We're probably going to hit 40. Most characters. There will be exceptions, I'm sure. But 40 seems like a likelihood. Mog should be cool to stick around for a little while. Let's heal up here. Adventures School, not whatever dumb shit I said. Come on. Okay. So let's real quick get Mog. Wow, I didn't think about it, but Mount Colt is gone. Yeah, it would have been right here. It's just fucking ocean now. Huh, Returner's hideout and everything. Is Zozo the only mountain we can easily get to? I feel like we were at another mountain recently, aren't we? Mountains. Just bitching about the reuse of it. You know, the Esper Cave, I think is what I'm thinking about. So, yeah, Zozo it is. That's Figaro. Zozo's down here. And it's more fights, you know. I'll get Mog this dance, and then we'll switch to Habumaru in our team. He might replace Shadow. I want to keep Strago. God, don't do that. I want to keep Strago around to grab a couple lures. Strago might end up being leveled a little higher than the rest of our team because of that. It is what it is. Shadow's a fucking beast, dude. Okay, I don't know if he's gonna get it from a random fight here, so let's head for the fucking mugbears. Oh, eat shit in hell, mugbear. Oh, that's right, they're really hard to hit. Fuck. It's my money. Good. That's right, we gotta go down and around. Blah. Traveler, jump. And just fucking use more Firaga. What a big boomy spell. It's kind of neat. I've never really used Traveler that much before. Just, I don't know, the Tonberries are scary. They're a big signature enemy in Final Fantasy, though. Tonberries, Chocobos, Moogles, Cactar. I'll show you guys Cactar. either going to make you go, oh yeah, I know what those are, or neat. I think they were a big inspiration for me when I was a kid. I've had a fondness for cacti since. But actually, I've always kind of liked cacti. When I was really little, I wanted to take care of them. I always wanted to keep cacti. But I have cats, and that's a great way to make your cats sad, is to put a cactus near them that they will inevitably charge headlong into, like the dumb, wonderful beasts they are. Jesus. Third level spells. The Agas. As I think I mentioned before, there used to be Fire, Fire 2, Fire 3, etc. They're nasty. Like, it's the difference between, you know, okay, raise brings your party member back to life. There's not much you can do with that usually. It's a last-ditch kind of thing. Maybe if you've got someone who could raise or drop a phoenix down. Oh, she learned re-raise. Oh my god, perfection. What is life? Perfection. You are all learned up on Phoenix, girl, so let's teach you Ragnarok. Strago, you're going to be in the party for a while. You've got Valiamanda, but I'd rather you be learning Phoenix. Yep. Okay. Cool. Just give me a fight. Any fucking fight. Perfect. Nuke these things from orbit. Delightful. Master your new dance. That's what we're looking for. Cool. Can we teleport out of here? We can! Nice, wonderful, fantastic. Okie dokie. Let's get everybody equipped. Let's head to our next destination. And we'll go from there. Let's go talk to Sensor, because I like his little room here. We've got good fortune on our side. Yes, let's change primers. Alright. So Locke is lower levels. Blurg. Sabin and Celeste are only 33. That's not bad. We want Strago with us. And we want to check out him. Oh, Setser's really low too. Is there a way we can set Setser up to be a little stronger? Do we really need money anymore? Can I finally start guild tossing shit? Yeah, let's try that out. Okay. And I mean, if we're gonna have it tomorrow, let's wander around it tomorrow. So, someone needs to be holding the cursed shield, and that's gonna be Celeste. Hit Optimum. Oof, okay. Circlet. Magic. No, is there anything that's... It gives us more M block, the Priest Miter does. No, that's fine. What about the Force Armor? Yes, let's do Force Armor instead. Okay. You know, I shouldn't need to be back row. You're still fine. You're all equipped up. Let's give him his Agite. And, yeah, fuck the Genji Glove. Let's just slap a Hyper Wrist on him, right? There we go. And Tomorrow you can't equip. Tomorrow has a snow scarf and a bone club. But you can give him relics. One of the relics we have is actually just his relic. There's another one we can get, but I don't believe we have it yet. And I think we're headed where we need to go for that. Okay. Berserk Ring. Gives us some more vigor. Deep Crimson Ring that absorbs fire damage equipped on Yeti. So now he can absorb fire damage. Let's also drop a Knight's Coat on him. Can't learn magic. So, Setzer, we are going to give... Were you working on somebody? Obviously, you don't know that. Oh, Midgar Stormer, we didn't look at him. HP plus 30%. Hell yes. Quake, Graviga, and Tornado. I forgot that was a fucking spell. Who's got Phoenix on? Oh, that's right. Let's give Lakshmi. Celeste. Let's go Valley Garmanda for the extra magic. And you're already equipped. Alright. Let's get where we're going. And then we will wrap this episode up, because it's about that time, folks. So, remember Triangle Island? It's slightly less triangular now. It's still fairly triangular. And this is our destination. You may be asking, what the fuck is here? Great question. We'll find out next episode. Whiteout!